Alright, so we got the fight between Goku Black, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and Zematsu. And Future Trunks actually finally decides to do something in this episode besides just stand there and just say, oh, this person's strong, or this person's really strong, and this person's strong. That's pretty much all his dialogue was for, like, the last episode. So, alright, so in this episode we get a little bit more information, not too much. The relationship between Goku Black and Zematsu just sort of deepens. We still don't know exactly how they met, how they came to be, but what we can assume is something, at least what my theory is that it all evolves around the Dragon Balls, which would make sense because this is Dragon Ball, so pretty much all the storylines, plots evolve around the Dragon Balls. So we got a little bit of information on how Zematsu can keep up with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. It seems like he's improved, especially his future version has improved in terms of fighting style, but even Trunks gets the upper hand on him as he's fighting Zematsu, and he actually ends up impaling him with his sword. But Zematsu just rips the sword right out of his chest. How? He's immortal now. How did he become immortal? Most likely from what we see in the preview for the next episode, is that he finds out about the Super Dragon Balls, and by doing so, he has to use them to either try to control Goku or somehow gets an immortal body by wishing for immortality. At least that's what I think he did. It's either those two. Now, we know that since Goku died in the future of a heart virus, if you die of something natural like a heart virus, you can't be wished back by the Earth's Dragon Balls. I don't know about the Namekian Dragon Balls, I think they're the same way, but the Super Dragon Balls, which are the universal ones, can do any wish, regardless of how you died, when you died, you can be brought back. So that's what I'm thinking possibly happened with the future Zematsu. He found out about these Super Dragon Balls, he used them to his advantage. He also found a way to wish for immortality as well, but you only get one wish, so I'm curious on how long he waited. Maybe during the time that Trunks was in the past or something, this was happening, this was going down. I don't know how that is. But the fight between Goku Black and Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Trunks and Zematsu had some fantastic animation this time around. Dragon Ball Super has always been controversial about its animation studio, about Toei, and how well or how bad the animation is in one episode compared to another episode. If there's an episode where there's a lot of talking, I can understand how the animation can be a little bit lower compared to an episode like this, which had some very prominent fight scenes, really good fight scenes, and how they decide to up the ante. Although I wish they keep this level of animation all the time, and not comparing it to other animations like One Punch Man or something like that, where it has fantastic animation. It's a different art animation studio, so I can understand why that art style is a little bit better in terms of their fighting scenes. But either way, it was a fantastic fighting scene here. Vegeta makes another appearance of actually saving Goku and Trunks before their ultimate annihilation, even though Goku tends to forget that he can instant transmission, which is something that Dragon Ball Z Abridged has made fun of, I think, multiple times, which I'm starting to see why. And then from there, Yajirobe actually interferes and ends up saving both Goku and Trunks. Vegeta ends up getting saved by Mai, and then we're sent back to the past because apparently Goku Black and Zematsu is just too strong, and I don't know how I feel about them going back to the past. I'm just like, oh my god, you know, I guess Goku's Black has improved so much to where he's just mostly unstoppable, but who knew that Super Saiyan Rose would be on the same level as Super Saiyan Blue, considering that, well, his normal form was able to fight Super Saiyan 2 Goku fine, so I guess that kind of makes sense, but that is a huge jump straight into that God Key level, so that's a little bit weird. Also, two things. Gas grenades. What? Zematsu and Goku Black are distracted by gas grenades. Okay, now I know every being in the world has a nose and has a mouth, and you have to breathe through that in order to get ventilation into your system, but you know, they always talk about, oh, we're gods this, gods that. You would think that some type of nerve gas wouldn't affect them as much, but apparently it does now. Also, second thing, which is totally fucking ridiculous, they have YouTube in this world, which I was so ready for them to introduce after they introduced the fact that smartphones are in the Dragon Ball universe. Now, Dragon Ball has always been pretty unique when it comes to like creating their own stuff. But now it's just like taking like current things, just putting it in there. GodTube, it's called GodTube. I am dead freaking serious. There's even a joke about becoming a GodTuber, which is basically a YouTuber. It's absolutely fantastic. I could not stop laughing. But besides that, not much with this episode. So that's pretty much it. I was debating whether I should make a video. I normally try to make a video on something really interesting if I'm going to review or recap an episode. But I like the idea of them bringing back the Super Dragon Balls, which we kind of forgot about, right? Then we all kind of forget about the Super Dragon Balls a little bit after the Champa Saga. So the Super Dragon Balls are reintroduced again, and they are going to be used again by Zamasu, and we can kind of guess from there how he got his immortality, because he possibly knew he couldn't beat Goku and Vegeta head on, especially straight up fighting. Goku would definitely get the upper hand. Hell, like I said, even Trunks got the upper hand in this episode. So I can understand why he will run to such a degree to where he's like, okay, you know what, I can't beat them straightforward and just plain old fighting. Even though I'm possibly the strongest Supreme Kai ever, I'm still not compared to them in strength, even though I talk a lot of big talk. He's like, so I'm gonna make myself immortal. If there's a way they can get the immortality off of him, they will probably have to use the Super Dragon Balls themselves in order to wish the immortality away. Or Goku can do the smart thing and actually call Zeno, the god of everything, and just say, here, wipe these guys out. But no, Goku wouldn't do that because he's a Saiyan and he's a fucking idiot. But either way, I did really enjoy this episode, especially for the earlier fight scenes. I didn't like the fact that they had to run away, but there was literally nothing they can do in that situation. But alright guys, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you did not, go ahead and hit that dislike button. I'll still be here. But either way, I look forward to the next episode, and for what we got today, it was okay. But like I said, not really much to talk about, especially not compared to the last episode. So, it was fine, acceptable one. The animation was a little bit knocked up a little bit this time around, so really enjoy that. I hope Toei Animation keeps that up. Possibly not. But like I said, if there's scenes where they're just talking, I guess it's fine to have the animation not be too prominent in those type of scenes. But either way, enjoy the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and have a nice day. Maybe I can see you guys in the next one. It depends on how interesting it is. If Zamasu gets to use the Super Dragon Balls, we'll see how that goes and see if my theory is correct on how he got his immortality, or how he was able to control Goku. Alright, catch you guys in the next one.